Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're talking about an exciting football game between Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. The Bengals won the game on a Thursday night, and even though it wasn't perfect, it was a huge win. Let's break it down. First off, Bengals coach Zach Taylor was really happy after the game. He said it was the first time this season that the team played really well together. He gave a lot of credit to the defense, especially for forcing 5 turnovers. That means the Bengals took the ball away from the Ravens 5 times. When you do that, it's easier to win. The defense also helped by keeping the Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson from getting into rhythm. On the offensive side, quarterback Joe Burrow was back after missing a few games. He said he had shaken off some rust, which means he needed to get back into the groove. In the first half, he wasn't playing his best, but in the second half, he started to look like himself again. Even though the Bengals didn't score many touchdowns, they kept putting on the board with 6 field goals from the kicker Evan McPherson. Let's talk about Ja'Marr Chase. The Ravens played tough defense on him, but he still managed to make some incredible catches. He even said there were some catches he could have made but missed it. It just shows you how hard it is to catch it when the defense is all over you. But even though the Bengals offense had some struggles, it was the defense that really stood out. They pressured Lamar Jackson all night and forced him to make mistakes. Cornerback Dak Hill said that constant pressure made it tough for Lamar to get anything going. At the end of the day, the Bengals won the game. It was a big deal. Joe Burrow's back. The defense played great, and the team is full of confidence now. All right, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more exciting football stories. See you next time. Hey, Space fans, it's George from the Periphery Podcast, and today we've got a bit of space mystery to dive into. This one's a bit wild, so grab your space helmets. On November 27th, 2025, 3 astronauts were launched into space aboard a Russian Soyuz rocket. This was a big deal because they were going to join the crew on the International Space Station, or the ISS, as the cool astronauts call it. But here's a twist. After they took off, something went wrong. The launch caused damage to the only active launch pad Russia has for crew missions. This place has been around for a really long time, since 1955. It's where a lot of historic space missions have started, included the one that sent the first human into space in 1961. Now, after the rocket launch, the launch pad, which is called 31-6, suffered some serious damage. The service platform, basically a platform where rockets are checked and prepared, collapsed right after the Soyuz rocket took off. It's kind of like when you see the launch countdown on TV and everything looks smooth, but after the rocket leaves, you see smoke or damage. Well, that was what happened. They found out that some parts of the launch pad were broken, and it could take up to 2 years to fix it. But wait, here's a really crazy part. The launch pad, Site 31-6, is super important. It's the only one Russia has been using to send astronauts to the ISS since 2020. The other one, called Site 1, is too old and doesn't work anymore. Site 31-6 has been used for over 400 launches, and now it's damaged. Now, the next big question is, what's going to happen next? Will Russia be able to fix the pad in time for future space missions, or could they borrow parts from other places to get it back up and running? We don't know yet, but it could cause a big delay in sending more astronauts to the space station. So, is this a huge deal or just a small bump in the road for space travel? Either way, it's a reminder that even when we're blasting off into the stars, things can go wrong. Just like any big adventure, keep your eyes on the sky because the story isn't over yet. Thanks for tuning in, Space Explorers. I'll catch you next time for another adventure. Remember, stay curious, stay safe, and keep your rocket engines running smooth. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that recently happened in Washington, D.C. that shocked a lot of people. It's a really sad story, so let's get into it. On the night before Thanksgiving, 2 U.S. National Guards were shot near the White House. One of them, a 20-year-old Sarah Beckstorm, died from injuries. The other soldier, Andrew Wolf, is in hospital and fighting for his life. She had only joined the National Guard a couple years ago, and she was in D.C. to help protect the city. But one night, something terribly happened. A man shot Sarah and Andrew while they were on duty. This man, a 29-year-old, he came to the United States from Afghanistan a few years ago. He used to work for the U.S. military in Afghanistan, but somehow he ended up carrying out this terrible act. Right now, the police and FBI are trying to figure out why he did it. After the shooting, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, said Sarah was an awesome person and she served her country with a lot of courage. Unfortunately, Sarah did not survive her injuries, but Andrew is still in the hospital trying to recover. The police are calling this attack very serious and treating it like it could have been an act of terrorism. That means they think that the attack was planned for a big reason, and they're working really hard to figure out what motivated the killer. Right now, this man is being charged with first-degree murder, and people are asking if the United States should have done more to make sure he wasn't allowed to live here. Some says the process to let people into the country need to be stronger to keep us safe. The story is still being investigated, and we do not know all the answers, but we do know that Sarah was a brave young woman who lost her life while doing her duty. Let's keep her, her family, and the soldiers who are recovering in our thoughts. Thanks for watching. If you want to hear more stories like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the bell so you won't miss anything. See you next time.